All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to build what I call a productivity stack. Think of it like a set of layers, tools, and mindsets that are designed to take you from that feeling of being completely swamped to a place of real, focused calm. You know the feeling, right? Your calendar's a mess of back-to-back meetings. The inbox just never stops, and you're just running all day long. But then you get to the end of the day and you think, what did I actually do? You feel totally drained, but all the important stuff, yeah, it's still sitting there waiting for you. And I've got to tell you, if that sounds familiar, it is not your fault. It's not some personal failure. The way we work now with all the constant pings, alerts, and notifications, it's basically engineered to keep us busy, not productive. It's designed to keep us reacting, not thinking. And that really gets to the heart of the issue, what we can call the age of overload. The problem is, our brains just weren't built for the kind of digital world we live in now. They're struggling to keep up. I mean, just think about it for a second. Every day, your brain gets hit with this fire hose of digital noise. It's relentless. And this isn't just a little distracting. It leads to something called cognitive overload. It's like having 100 browser tabs open in your mind. Your brain's processing power gets completely used up just trying to manage the chaos, leaving nothing left for the work that actually matters. So how do we start to fix this? Well, we begin at the bottom, with the foundation of our stock. And that foundation is all about one thing: achieving clarity. It means getting everything out of your head and into a system you can actually trust. This quote from David Allen, the guy who created the whole getting things done system, just nails it. The more stuff you're trying to remember, little reminders, big ideas, worries, the less mental space you have to actually do any of it. Your brain is a fantastic idea factory, but it's a terrible office. Allen has a great name for all that stuff bouncing around in your head: open loops. An open loop is just anything you need to do that isn't done yet. Call the dentist, reply to that email, plan the project kickoff. Each one of those is like a little app running in the background of your mind, quietly draining your mental battery and creating this constant low-level hum of anxiety. So the solution is to get these loops out of your head and into an external system. That's where this 5-step process comes in. First, you capture everything. Then you clarify what it is, organize it, reflect on your system regularly, and then, and only then, with a clear mind, you can simply engage and do the work. The end goal here is a state that's sometimes called mind like water, where your mind is totally clear, ready to react perfectly to whatever comes its way. Now, a great way to support this is to adopt a mindset of digital minimalism. Think of this as preventative care. It's about being the bouncer for your own mind. It's not about hating technology. It's about being super intentional with it. You start questioning every app, every notification. Does this really help me? By doing this, you drastically reduce the number of new open loops that get thrown at you in the first place. Okay, so you've done it. You've captured everything. Your mind is clear. Awesome. But now, you might be looking at a gigantic to-do list, which is its own kind of overwhelming. So the next layer in our stack is the blueprint. It's all about how to prioritize intelligently. How do we decide what to do first? Before we can prioritize, we have to face a really tricky bug in our own thinking: the planning fallacy. We are all, by nature, terrible at estimating how long things will take. We just are. We think, oh, writing that email will take 5 minutes, when we know from experience it's probably going to take 15. We have this built-in optimism that trips us up every single time. And this simple chart just says it all, doesn't it? There is almost always a gap between what we think it'll take and what it actually takes. Just knowing this, just being aware that this gap exists, is a huge first step toward making plans that don't fall apart by 10 a.m. Now, to prioritize properly, we have to learn the crucial difference between what's urgent and what's important. Urgent things are loud. They demand your attention right now. They're usually about someone else's priorities. Important things, on the other hand, they're quiet. They're the things that move you towards your own goals, but they rarely come with a flashing red light. So how do you sort them out? With this brilliant tool, the Eisenhower Matrix. It's so simple. You just ask 2 questions for every task. Is it urgent? And is it important? If it's both, you do it now. If it's important but not urgent, this is the magic quadrant. You schedule time for it. If it's urgent but not important, you find a way to delegate it. And if it's neither, you just delete it. Get it off your plate. It's a game changer. Okay, this brings us to the top of the stack. This is the engine that makes everything else work: execution. We've cleared our minds, we've prioritized our list. Now it's time to actually do the work that matters and to do it with deep, powerful focus. And the gold standard for execution is what the author Cal Newport calls deep work. This is not about answering emails or shuffling papers. This is the hard stuff. It's being so locked in on a single, challenging task, like writing, strategizing, or solving a tough problem, that the rest of the world just fades away. This is the work that creates real, new value. And here's why this is so critical right now. Newport's whole point is that in our hyper-distracted world, the ability to actually concentrate is becoming a genuine superpower. The few people who can train their focus and do this kind of deep work are going to be the ones who truly excel. Everyone else is just going to be swimming in a sea of shallow, reactive tasks. So how do we actually do it? Here's a fantastic tactic called Eat the Frog. It comes from a Mark Twain quote. The idea is simple. Figure out what your single most important and probably most difficult task is for the day. That's your frog. And you do it first thing, before anything else. You get that one under your belt and the rest of the day feels easy by comparison. Now, to help you stay focused while you're eating that frog, you can use the Pomodoro Technique. It's so simple, it almost feels silly, but it works. You set a timer for 25 minutes, and you just work. No distractions. When the timer goes off, you take a 5-minute break. That's it. This rhythm helps you stay fresh and makes it way easier to resist that urge to just quickly check your phone. And to really structure your day for focus, you've got 2 great options here. Time blocking is where you basically schedule your whole day on your calendar. Every task, every meeting, even your breaks get a specific block of time. Time boxing is a bit more granular. You decide you're going to spend, say, 45 minutes on one specific task, and you stop when that time box is up. One is about designing your whole day. The other is about creating intense, focused sprints. So there you have it, the 3 layers of our stack: clarity, prioritization, and execution. But the most important part is this. These aren't rigid rules you have to follow perfectly. They're a toolkit. The goal is for you to pick and choose from these ideas to build your own personal system that works for you. And here's how it all fits together beautifully. You use the ideas from GTD to get clear. You use the Eisenhower Matrix to prioritize that list. You protect time for deep work on your most important things, and you use tools like Eat the Frog and the Pomodoro Technique to actually execute, maybe all inside a time-blocked schedule. You see, it's a complete end-to-end system to take back control. So let's make this real. I'll leave you with just one question to get you started. Take a look at your to-do list. Find that one big, important, maybe slightly intimidating task, and just ask yourself, what's the frog you're going to eat tomorrow morning?